Today I had a realization that I bought into the lie of college, get a good job, get a degree, you'll go far. And today I realized that I am a fucking slave. I got good grades all through school because I dreamed of college. I thought, I'll go to college, I'll get a good job, and it'll change the course of my life. I'll have everything I need, I'll make money. Because I grew up with nothing. And probably like most of you, my parents pushed college. And I saw college as this, this savior.
Yo, so many of us share that same experience where it's like, whether it's your parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles, whoever you have in your family. Because for me, it wasn't exactly my parents. It was more so my grandparents that I was living with at the time, and basically all the rest of my family, like all my aunts and uncles and whoever else. It was just college, college. Like that was, oh my God. It was the same thing for my brother because he actually dropped out a year into school. I dropped out 3 weeks in. So we both kind of went through this experience. The only thing is that they definitely emphasized him going out and leaving the state to go to a different school and staying off on campus and whatnot and really running up a bag. So now he's in debt or whatever, or him and my dad, something like that. They're in debt for that school or something like that. I don't know the whole situation, but that was really the crazy part. At least for me, I went to like an in-state tech school, which really was like $4,000 a year. So I got like all the grants and everything. So I didn't have to cover those 3 weeks. Like it just whatever. But a lot of us do share this experience where it's like college is just told to college is the next step. College is like a rite of passage. It's like after high school, this is what's next. This is the only option that's next. You don't have anything else other than college, and you're a failure if you decide to go to a trade school or don't go at all. And I personally think it's fucked up. Pardon my tongue, right? I personally think it's really fucked up because one, the world is evolving so fast, you can't predict the future. It's like how they say in the stock market, past returns don't predict the future. Past returns don't predict the future. So y'all that were, Gen X and, boomers and all this other stuff, if you went to college, you had a job set up. If you went to college, the next step was get a job, buy a house, get married, all that good stuff. In 2025, we got AI, bro. We got AI. We got machines that are taking over the world at this point. You got like, we're so leveraged in every single field that there is no such thing as job security, right? A task that used to take 15 people now takes one person controlling a machine. Think about the production line. People had to actually put together cars. For the most part, it's all machines. Like when you see these machines dip the entire fucking car in paint, that's real life. Like somebody's just controlling the machine, if that, and the machine just dips it in there. The machine puts together the whole damn car at this point. So it's like we're so leveraged in our economy that less people are needed. No matter if it's tech, no matter if it's something physical, less people are needed. So I find it so interesting that these older generations still push it so hard when it's not guaranteed success for you. And even if it is, it's such mediocre success. Only ones that are really winning at this point are going to be doctors, lawyers. I mean, lawyers are iffy for lawyers are good probably for the next 5 years, but after that, it's going to be iffy because AI writes up all these documents and gives you strategies, right? All these agreements. AI does that for you at this point. Who else is there? Engineers? We don't know about engineers. Computer science people? We already know AI's taking over that. So it's like, what job security is there other than medical professionals and certain physical labor, plumbers and electricians and stuff? Other than that, we don't have anything. So let's get back into it.
I was going to take all the problems away. It was going to set me up for life. But we all believed a lie. I know I'm not the only person. I believe that lie. Real freedom is not just chasing money. Real freedom is the opportunity to wake up when you want to wake up, to eat breakfast when you want to be able to go see your nephew on any day that you desire. Being told when to go to lunch. Being told what time to arrive, what time to leave. Being overworked and underpaid. It's no life at all. I'm not necessarily complaining about the job. Guys, we've got a bigger problem. This is our only trip to Earth. And instead of living, we are surviving. And I feel that strong. I've never felt it like I feel it now. If you're out there and you're surviving and you're awake and you're aware, then you know what I'm talking about. Stay strong.
All right, we're gonna leave it at that. But two things. One, she's an adult. She's stop crying. Like, stop crying, right? Like, don't get on the internet and start, actually bawling your ear. Like, you could, complain, but like, don't get on the internet and start crying. Like, that's mad crazy to me. Like, every time I see that, I'm just like, well, what are you crying for? I know life is hard, but like, what are you crying for on the internet, especially? Like, just say your message. And like, you could say, hey guys, I cried about this earlier, but pulling out the phone while you're crying is kind of crazy to me. But outside of that, she's completely right. She's completely right. And that's exactly how I feel and how I've always felt, where it's like, my parents in particular, they always instilled in me this sort of, your time is the most valuable thing to you, right? Your time is the most valuable thing to you, or value my time, respect it, right? And both of them, I guess I'll say, are entrepreneurs, and they really don't like working for people. And that's where me and my brother get it from. But over this past year, especially, where I've been grinding my ass off, I'm making six figures. We saving a crazy bag for a 22-year-old. I mean, what 22-year-old on average do you see, saving $100,000? And I'm not there yet, but we're closing in real soon. So it's like, what 22-year-old do you see doing that? Not many. And so while being self-employed over this past year and experiencing all that, I do realize that my time is the most valuable thing to me, right? I get to do what I want to do. I get to wake up when I want to wake up. Now, do I try to wake up early because I want to, achieve more? Yes. But with that, there's more growth for me. If you get up any earlier to go to your job, or if you leave any later, if you're a salaried employee, you're not getting paid more. You're glazing a job, you're glazing crazy for a job that's not going to pay you more. You're hoping that you get a promotion. You're hoping that you earn some sort of bonus. You're hoping all these different things, but it's like, it's not guaranteed. For me, as a self-employed individual, my input almost every time leads to a direct output. If I put in more work reaching out to people, getting better at my skill, marketing myself, door knocking, all these different things, I directly get an output, which is money. And that's why I work hard, is because I know if I put in more effort, I get more in return. If I do something faster, then I have a client that's going to reach back out to me again faster, because they need more content, they need more videos, they need more photos. That's how business works, right? If you're able to do it a good job, do it efficiently, like, meaning with speed, and then market yourself, you're going to eat forever. You're going to eat for life. Now, again, this lady shouldn't be crying, but she does make a phenomenal point where it's like, you don't want to ask for, or you want to be able to go pee when you want to go pee. You want to be able to eat your lunch when you want to eat your lunch. I ain't never had to, over the past 2 years, had to ask somebody, hey, like, can I go? Like, only time is when I'm in an unfamiliar place and I'm like, hey, like, where's the bathroom? But I don't ask for permission. I get to pull over on the side of the road and take a piss if I have to. I don't care if I'm late. I mean, I'll just text the client and say, hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. I'm taking a piss on the side of the road, and it's so unfortunate that we're indoctrinated into the system so early where it's like you really view it as the only option being getting a job in corporate or blue collar or whatever. You can't, people are so afraid to bet on themselves that they end up holding themselves in this little box for life. For life. After this past year, after making the $100,000, after saving this crazy stack, I've realized while it takes a lot of hard work building it from the ground, it's not always hard. It's not always hard. And it gets easier as you continue to do it and as you build your network. And it becomes way easier than that job, right? It's the building portion that is the most effort and the gut wrenching, real in the mud part. But after you build your clientele, build your repertoire, build your portfolio, it just comes to you. For the first year to like a year and like 3 months, I was in the field grinding, bro, meaning like door knocking, outreaching, everything. Over the past, we'll just call it like 8 months, I haven't done none of that. I haven't outreached. I haven't outreached at all. I haven't, tried to really get like, I maybe a little bit. But for the most part, the difference between me making 5,000 a month and making $12,000 in a month was just the fact that I built a clientele. I didn't have to ask anybody for no business. It just came to me straight like that. And it could be that way for you too, but so many people are too afraid because they're trapped. And alongside with that, it's like the older you get, the more responsibility you have. That's the part. I'm blessed enough to where I took the chance early enough where I don't have responsibilities. I got time to make mistakes. I'm 22. I could live under my mom's crib. I could live under my pop's crib. I could live in my car if I want to. I don't have any kids. I don't have a wife or whatever. So it's like I could live in straight gutter, straight like that. And I don't have any responsibility to take care of other than just keeping myself alive. And I know that I would get it back all over again. And that's the difference, because a lot of y'all are too eager and too quick to two things. You're too eager and too quick to build responsibilities for yourself or get responsibilities for yourself. Car payment, car insurance, rent, you got food, you got all this different stuff. You're too eager. As soon as you're 18, you're ready to get out. Instead of running up a bag, you're ready to just get out and like leave away from home. Build a relationship with your family first, so that you got a place to stay and you got security with you. And then also, some of y'all are too reliant on these jobs that you don't even save a bag just in case it's not there like forever, as if y'all never gotten fired before. If you haven't, you probably will be at some point. Fired, let go, whatever you want to say, it'll probably happen at some point. So you got to take that into account and save a bag for yourself. I know for me, I saved enough to where if I, didn't get business for the next 3 years, I'm good. All my bills are paid. All my mom's bills will be paid. And I have 3 years to figure it out all over again. That's if I magically just lost all my clientele or moved across the country or whatever it is. I know that I'm good. I know that my car payment, car insurance, gas, food, everything is good for the next 3 years. Straight like that. So it's like some of y'all don't prepare for these things, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Appreciate anybody that watched this. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We are actually growing a little bit. We gained 10 subscribers, which is, pretty impressive given that, I really am terrible at posting, but we're trying to be consistent. We're trying to run up this bag. Let me know any suggestions, any video ideas. Just link it down below in the comment section. Appreciate anybody that watches. Peace.